Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video. In this video, we will be solving 7707 accounting multiple choice paper 1, variant 12 from October-November 2023. It is for 1 hour 15 minutes, and we have 35 multiple choice questions in this. So before starting the video, I would just like to request that if this video is going to be helpful, please do not forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and also share with your friends if they're also preparing for similar exams. So I hope that this video will be helpful to you. We will get started with our first question. The first question is about bookkeeping. Even in May, June 2023, there was a was about bookkeeping. So let's look into the question. Which actions are entering details of a check received from a customer in cash book? This is, of course, an example of bookkeeping. Entering details of goods purchased on credit in purchase journal is also an example of bookkeeping. Producing an income statement is not a job of a bookkeeper. And recording details of credit sales in the account of a credit customer is also a task of a bookkeeper. So the correct answer for multiple choice 1 would be option B, which is statement 1, 2, and 4 are examples of bookkeeping. Let's look at multiple choice 2. A trader supplied the following information at her year end. What was the trader's capital? So we can see that we have asset, we have liabilities. So all of these are assets, and then this is a liability. Just sum up these numbers. So 4,000 plus 350 plus 180 plus 650 and minus 280 will give me 4,900, and the correct answer for multiple choice 2 would be option A. We are merely using this accounting equation, that is asset equals to liabilities plus equity or capital. Let's move to multiple choice 3. A trader, Kareem, purchases a new vehicle by check. He will use the vehicle to deliver goods to his customers. How should Kareem record this transaction in his book? So this is, again, a very fairly simple question. Kareem has purchased a vehicle, so we will debit motor vehicles. Okay, so let's move on to multiple choice 4. Multiple choice 4, the following ledger account was in Mina's sales ledger. Which statement about the balance on 1st February in Mina's book of accounts is correct? So this actually seems like a debtor's account, because we have sales return, then bank is reducing the amount of credit owned, and then there was a balance brought forward on the debit side. But at the year end, we have a $20 balance on the credit side, so it has become a liability. Mina actually needs to pay the debtor, so the correct answer for multiple choice 4 would be option C. Let's look into multiple choice 5. Which document would a supplier issue to a credit customer if the credit customer had returned goods or had been overcharged? It's about giving credit in this case. So again, the correct answer for multiple choice 5 would be option B. That is, the supplier is going to issue a credit note. Multiple choice 6. Andy was a regular customer of Khalid. He bought goods with a list price of $1,000 and later paid $760 in full settlement after receiving a discount for prompt payment of 5%. How much trade discount did Andy receive? So $760 includes trade discount and the prompt payment discount. So we will divide 760 by 0.95. We will get the price that is with the trade discounts, and then we will just take 1,000 minus 800, and that will give me $200 of a trade discount that Andy received. So the correct answer for multiple choice 6 would be option C. Let's look at multiple choice 7. So multiple choice 7, the totals of trial balance agree. What does this mean? The correct answer for multiple choice 7 would be option D. Total debit balances equal total credit balances in the ledger, because if the trial balances agree, that's what it just means. In that case, it's a simple definition here, fairly easy question. Now let's move on to multiple choice 8. So multiple choice 8, a check received from Joe was credited to Joanna's account. Which type of error? So again, this question also appeared, similar question also appeared in May, June 2023. If you credit incorrect person's account, or if you make an entry in person's correct account, it's an error of commission. So the correct answer for multiple choice 8 is option is option A. Let's look at multiple choice 9. So multiple choice 9, a trader's journal shows the following entry. Both John and Jane are credit customers of the trader, so they are accounts receivable. Which error is the journal entry? Which error is the journal entry correcting? So this is actually a correction of error, as the description says here. Right, so what is happening here in this case is John is so we have incorrectly, so goods sold to John were wrongly debited to Jane. That was has happened, and that is why John is being debited now and Jane is being credited now. So the correct answer to multiple choice 9 would be option D. uh, let's move to multiple choice 10. So multiple choice 10, a trial balance does not balance and a suspense account is open. It is found that a sale $250 was credited in the sales account as 2,500. So sales account has been overstated by 2,500 minus 250. That is 2,250. I need to reduce my sales account. In order to reduce that, I need to debit my sales accounts, right? Debit my sales account and credit suspense account. So the correct answer, suspense account. So the correct answer to multiple choice 10 would be option B, debit sales 2,250 and credit suspense account 2,250. Let's move to multiple choice 11. A check received from D. Pawson, a trade receivable, was correctly debited to the bank account but was credited to account of P. Dawson, a trade payable. What is the effect of correcting this error? So the effect of correcting this error would be you'll have to reduce the trade receivable as well and reduce the trade payables at the same time. Because the correct entry would be debit bank, which has been done correctly, and then credit the accounts receivable, which will be D. Pawson, and then P. Dawson was an accounts payable. So we have to remove that money from there as well, or the entry from that actually. So both of the items in this case would be decreased. So the correct answer for multiple choice 11 would be option A. Let's look at multiple choice 12. The balance of the bank column in a trader's cash book was 520 debit. The trader later discovered the following items did not appear on his bank statement. Check not represented $80. Check not yet credited $70. What was the balance on trader's bank statement? Right. So we have to see what was the balance at the trader's bank statement. So we will start with 520 minus 470 because this has not been credited yet, and then plus 80 because this has not been deducted yet. This will give me 130 on the credit side. So actually he has less balance on the bank statement, which is $130 on the credit side. So the correct answer for multiple choice 12 would be option A. Let's look at multiple choice 13. Why does a trader prepares a sales ledger control account to determine when the interest? No, so this is not the case. To identify, this is also not the case. It is used as a reconciliation statement rather to collate incorrect postings in the sales ledger. So the correct answer for multiple choice 13 would be option C. Let's look at multiple choice 14. When preparing a sales ledger control account, what is the source of information for amounts received from credit customers? So what is the source? What is the source of information for amounts received from credit customers? That would be cash book. So the correct answer for multiple choice 14 would be option B. Let's look multiple choice 15. So multiple choice 15, plant and machinery 2000 was incorrectly posted to the credit side of the purchases account. The draft profit for the year was 63,000. Ignore depreciation. What was the revised profit for the year after the correction of this error? So $2,000 was incorrectly posted to the credit side of the purchases account, right? So we have reduced purchases by $2,000. That means the profit has went up by $2,000, and we need to reduce the profit by $2,000. So that would be 63 minus 2,000, and that will give me 61,000 as my profit. So the correct answer for multiple choice 15 would be option B. Multiple choice 16, why are non-current assets depreciated? To avoid overstating the value of non-current assets. That is true. That's why they are also depreciated. To charge the cost of an asset as an expense over its useful life. That is also true. To comply with the accounting principle of historic cost. This is more about recording or measurements. So 3 won't 3 would not be correct in this case. To match capital expenditure against the income it has helped earn, so that's matching concept. We need to apply that as well. So 1, 2, and 4. So the correct answer for multiple choice 16 would be option A. Multiple choice 17. On 1st January, Rahim purchased equipment costing $850. It was estimated to have a working life of 5 years and a scrap value of $50. The asset was depreciated using straight line method. At the end of 3 years, the machine was sold for $100. What was the profit or loss on disposal? So first we will calculate depreciation, would be 850 minus 50 over 5, right? And that would be how much? So let's calculate that first. It's 800 over 800 divided by 5. This is 160. 160 times 3, because the machine has been used for 3 years. That will give me total depreciation. Now net book value would be 850. 850 minus 480, right? 850 minus 480, that gives me 370. It has been sold for $100 minus 370, and that is $270 of loss. That the correct answer for multiple choice 17 would be option B. Let's move to multiple choice 18. So multiple choice 18, Imran maintains a provision for doubtful debts of 5% of the trade receivables at the end of each financial year. The balance on his provision for doubtful debts account on 1st January 2022 was 700. Trade receivables on 31st December 2022 owed $2,000 more than they owed on 31st December 2021. So trade receivables on 31st December 2022 owed $2,000 more than they owed on 31st December 2021. So this is already changed. How did the change in provision for doubtful debts affect the profit for the year? So it would be simply 2,000 times 5%. That would be $100. The profit should be decreased by $100 because the provision has increased by $100 at the same time. So the correct answer for multiple choice 18 would be option A. Let's look at multiple choice 19. So multiple choice 19, Ariane Din prepares her financial statements to 31st December each year. She valued all her inventory at cost on 31st December 2021, even though some inventory with a cost of $500 had a net realizable value of $350, which is less. So that means what it's trying to tell me is that ending inventory has been overvalued. Ending inventory has been overvalued, right? So that means the gross profit would be overstated because we deduct ending inventory when calculating cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold would be overstated in this case, which is why our gross profit is also going to be overstated. So the correct answer for multiple choice 19 would be option A. Total assets will not be understated in this case. Total assets actually will be overstated because ending inventory is overvalued, and 2022 is not the year of concern because we are concerned about 2021 in this case. So the correct answer for multiple choice 19 would be option A. Let's look at multiple choice 20. A trader has a capital of 24,400. His non-current assets are 16,100 and his current liabilities are 4,100. There are no non-current liabilities. What is the amount of his current assets? Again, you will use asset equals to liabilities plus equity equation. Liabilities plus equity equation. So if I have to put this in equation here, so you can calculate the number. So it will be 16,000. 16,000 equals 4,500 plus 24,400. 24,400. This side is clearly greater than this number 16,100. When you do the math, it should give you 12,800 as current assets amount. So the correct answer for multiple choice 20 would be option C. Let's look at multiple choice 21. At 1st January 2022, there was a credit balance of $800 on electricity account. Payments made during the year total $4,900. At 31st December 2022, a further $1,800 of electricity had been used since the last invoice was paid. What is the charge to the income statement for electricity for the year 2022? So for 2022, to calculate the income statement expense, you will take 4,900 plus 1,800. and then minus the old balance that is coming as well. So 4,000, let's do this. 4,900 plus 1,800 gives me 6,700. Gives me 6,700, and minus 800 from this, that will give me 5,900, which is the correct answer for this multiple choice question, which is option B. Let's look at multiple choice 22. So multiple choice 22, Josh and Karen are in partnership sharing profits and losses 3:2. Interest on capital is allowed at 5%. Salary payable to Josh is 10,000 per annum. The residual profit after deduction of salary and interest on capital was $20,000. The capital account balances at the start of the year were Josh 60,000 and Karen 40,000. What was the total amount credited to Josh's current account at the end of the year? So we will take salary first, $10,000. Then profit was 20,000. So 20,000 times 3/5, that gives me 12,000. So this is 12,000, and then there would be interest on capital. So 60,000 was this capital times 5%. That gives me 3,000. 3,000 as well here. So that should be 25,000. Correct answer for multiple choice 22 would be option D. Let's look at multiple choice 23. A partner is charged interest on drawing he made during a financial year. How is this recorded in partner's account? So that will actually be debit the partner's current account. So that would be the correct answer. Multiple choice 23 as the correct answer of option D. It will be debited to partner's current account. Multiple choice 24. Which organization is the most difficult to establish and has to comply? That's limited liability. It has a lot of rules and regulations that needed to be followed. So that's why it's the most difficult. That would be limited liability. So the correct answer for multiple choice 24 would be option C. Let's look at multiple choice 25. Multiple choice 25. Z Limited has the following types of equity and liabilities. What is included in company's shareholders' equity? So this is equity. Retained earnings is equity. Preference shares is equity. Ordinary share capital is equity. And general reserves is equity. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's try to find this. 2, 4, 5, 6. So the correct answer for multiple choice 25 would be option D. Let's look at multiple choice 26. So multiple choice 26, a sports club operates a shop selling running shoes to members. These shoes are purchased on credit terms from suppliers. Which item is recorded in the receipts and payments account? That would be payments to suppliers will be recorded there. So correct answer for multiple choice 26 is option B. Which cost is the direct factory cost? That would be manufacturing royalties. So the correct answer for multiple choice 27 is option D. Let's look at multiple choice 28. A manufacturing business provided the following information. What was the factory cost of production? We need to calculate factory cost of production. So we will start with 900. Okay, let's remove this first. 910. You will start with 910. You can do the math. I will tell you the logic. 910 plus 2945 minus 840 plus 4750. When you do the arithmetic here, that should give you 61,765. The correct answer for multiple choice 28 would be option D. Let's look at multiple choice 29. Aline is starting a business. She wants to make sure she don't miss out on any cash discount which is offered to her. Which action would help her achieve this? Maintaining full records of dealing with suppliers. The correct answer for multiple choice 29 would be option B, because once it's done, she can keep track of the payment due dates and what dealings have been done with her suppliers. So she can get the most out of the information that she has on hand. So the more information she has on her hand, the better decisions she can make and keep track of cash discounts and payments at the same time. Which is why the correct answer for multiple choice 29 would be option B. Let's look at multiple choice 30. Ahmed provided the following information. By how much had the trade receivables increased by the end of the financial year, right? So we will calculate the closing accounts receivable, which will be 15,000 plus credit sales of 85,000. That's $100,000. $100,000. Check received from credit, that so we will deduct that 100 minus, we will do 100 minus 65, 100 minus 65, right? That gives me 35,000. By how much it has increased? So 35,000 minus the 15,000, which is so this is my ending, this is my opening. I need to find the increase. So the increase in this case has been 20 minus the 2,000, which is irrecoverable debts. So the total increase would be 18,000. So the correct answer for multiple choice 30 would be option A. Let's look at multiple choice 31. A business provided the following information: revenue, gross margin, and profit margin. There was no other income. How much were expenses? Right, so first we will calculate GP margin, and then we will calculate, right, so the 20,000, this is 20,000 times, let's say 20,000 times 25% is how much? That's 5,000, right? So this is 5,000, this is 2,000. So expenses are going to be 3,000. The correct answer for multiple choice 31 would be option C. This is just nothing but difference between gross profit and your net profit. Multiple choice 32. A business has following assets and liabilities. The owner plans to pay some of its own funds into the business bank account to increase the current ratio to 2:1. How much does he need to pay into business? How much does he need to pay into business bank account to achieve this? So right now, our trade receivables, our total current assets are 6,000, and then this is 4,200. Right? This is 4,200. In order for this to be 2:1, we need to reduce our current liabilities by 1,200. So that means the owner of the business needs to pay $1,200 into the bank account to reduce the overdraft from 3,100. So the correct answer for multiple choice 32 would be option B. The owner has to provide $1,200 in order to reduce the current liability to 3,000, and then 6,000 over 3,000 will be 2:1 ratio. So the correct answer for multiple choice 32 would be option B. Let's look at multiple choice 33. Multiple choice 33, what was Lane's trade receivable turnover? This is a simple formula thing. We will take 19,530, which is trade receivables, over credit sales, which is 230,000, times 365, and that will give me 31 days as the answer. So the correct answer for multiple choice 33 would be option C. Let's look at the last two questions, multiple choice 34 and 35. 34 is a trader values his inventory on the same basis at the end of each financial year. Which accounting principle the trader is observing? That's consistency. The correct answer for multiple choice 34 is option A. Multiple choice 35, Jack is a shareholder in a company. He received the company's financial statement. Why did he find financial statements relevant? He was confident he's not looking. Jack is an investor or a shareholder of the company, so they are actually trying to find the information of the company's financial statements to look at their investments more or less. So the confirmed his expectation about the future of the company. The correct answer for multiple choice 35 would be option D. They're not trying to find errors or to check if the information is presented carefully or not, or if the depreciation method. So these things do not matter to Jack as an investor or the shareholder of the company. A shareholder of the company, in other words, also means that Jack has invested in the company. So the correct answer for multiple choice 35 would be option D. That is, they confirmed his expectation about the future of the company. He's trying to analyze the future of the company by looking into the financial statements. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful to you. And if it was, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give it a like and share it with your friends who are preparing for the exams. And you can also check out more videos on my channel where I have solved other past papers. And I also have videos on short videos on other accounting concepts at the same time. So thank you very much for watching this video.